smoking hot day here in Canada. We're getting a heat wave, but it's a perfect time for me to show off a new synthesizer by Reason Studios. This one's called Objekt. It's physical modeling. Make sure you go check out Reason Studios' amazing video by Ryan. Ryan is such a nice guy. I got to have an interview with him, so maybe I'll put a link to that in the description. There's an interview with me with Ryan talking about how I integrate Reason into what I do. So go check that out. Go check out Ryan's video on this new synthesizer and just see if it's something that you might be into. I'm going to be using it in Maschine. You can use it in, Cubase or Live or whatever. And there's a demo, so you can even try it out and decide if this is something you want to get. I got to say, this synthesizer is beautiful. The stuff Ryan did with it in his video, just incredible. I feel like this is going into territory that a lot of synthesizers aren't going into. So let's try it in Maschine and see if it's something you want to pick up on your own. Not getting sponsored for this video. They didn't send it to me earlier or anything like that. I have no kickbacks, and I just want my viewers to be able to make informed decisions on the stuff they purchase and see if it's right for them. Let's go. So what I want to do first is maybe come up with some kind of chord progression or maybe some kind of beat. Let's just look at some of the sounds and see if we can get inspired. So I've got it running as the Reason Rack plugin in Maschine. Very easy to tell what things are assigned to. So we can see the modulation wheel is assigned to the decay. We can see up top, Ryan goes into detail on these things right here. And the way Ryan breaks it down is we've got an exciter, the thing that's going to cause something to resonate. So maybe it's a mallet or a pluck or a tap or a hit. And then we've got these resonators right here, these 3 different resonators. And then you can also choose how much of them you are hearing over here. And you can see with this exciter, so I can turn it up with this little mixer, and we get a little bit more of the impact of the sound as well as what's happening when the objects are resonating. Different ways of making sound and a sound resonating. You can go to these different objects and you can add other harmonics above them. We've got some effects, and then you've got your modulation sources down below. So let's go try some of these patches out. Pretty good upright bass, right? He was explaining how you can use this collision to actually have the sound of a string as it actually hits the fretboard. If the exciter is hitting it so hard, it's actually impacting with some other kind of surface. Hear it kind of flapping. That sounds a little more realistic there. Very cool. Let's start with the bells and mallets. Just double click. That sounds really good. Let's actually just play that. I didn't plan this. So you can hear how much variety there is in the velocity, and that's what I'm really loving about this thing so far. So the changing characteristic of the sound, that's just more than just volume. That was bells and mallets. Maybe we should just try some others. Can you hear that collision happening on the... We've got reverb and delay and stuff like that on each patch as well if you want. These are amazing. Let's see what each of these objects are doing up here. We've got that one and a bit of a string. Let's go to the string part of it. Let's take this damping and maybe make it longer. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to another patch. Oh, very cool. Let's put some delay on that. Wow, I'm loving this. All right, let's try some pads. Arrow down. And let's play around with these object levels. Let's play with the exciter, actually. Oh, that's nice. I love that buzzy quality to it. Try playing with this Object 1 level. So let's say I really like this kind of, want to mix in that Object 1 level a little bit. Let's just change that to this mod wheel to go to Object 1, mix level. I think that's where we're going to find it. Go and play around with some different patches on this one and see if we like something better than what I just came up with there. Ooh, I think I like this, the rug patch, even better. Very simple. Let's go with that one. We're going to call that the rug. And we're going to go on and see if we can get some drums going now. So we're going to put one Reason Rack plugin on each pad that we're going to make for these drum sounds. So we're going to play it like a drum kit, but it's actually going to be triggering an entire synth just for that one sound. Because you can't really have like one of these Reason Rack plugins with a whole bunch of different drum sounds on it. But it's very easy to do this kind of thing. We'll go to our object and click the browser. We'll go to drums. And we're going to go to bass drums, and we're going to go through until we find one that we like. You can hear how just there's so much character to it. I have one huge complaint about this instrument, and that is I'd love to see more patches. Back to the kick drum. Love this sound. Nice and deep. You know, maybe we play with this decay and now we're getting a little bit longer bass drum sound. A little bigger. Oh, wow. Oh, that's just fantastic. Let's put another Reason Rack plugin. So we're just going to copy this one. So much changes when you get into the velocity. More like an 808. Okay, let's go with this one. It's got a bit of a brush type sound to it. And let's play with it a little bit. Maybe I'll make the reverb a little bit bigger. Take it down. Let's take the decay and make it a little bit shorter. Let's go to our next pad and we'll copy this one over again and we'll get a hi-hat going. Let's let's go find a cymbal sound. And let's try another cymbal. Let's just take that sound itself. I'm just going to record that one in. And all I'm going to do in Maschine is take this one and copy it as a sound onto a pad right above it. So I'm going to hold this little waveform thing right here, drag it onto sound number 8. So that now I've got that thing firing, and I'm just going to turn it into a sampler module so that I can then go to my pads and put them in a choke group. Sorry for not having camera set up on this. So now I've got a sound that's being triggered that I just created with this instrument right here. And then I've got this other pad that's actually cutting off the sound of that sample. Okay, so we're just going to go look at some percussion sounds now, see what we got. Oh, perfect. Maybe this is, oh yes. Okay, so not a ton of like the traditional drum patches, but lots of percussion. That's fantastic. Well, let's try miscellaneous. I'm going to put that all over on the left side and turn on the reverb a bit more. Let's go to the next one, paste something in there. Let's go to wood, Bobby. Try this out. There's a randomize feature on here, and try randomizing the parameters. Click randomize. And I've seen randomize on tons of other synthesizers, but they've done something very cool with the randomize here. And that is that if you don't like what you've done, if you've actually just gone and mangled a sound that you've been working on, you can just hit X and it will go back to the settings that it was on before you started randomizing. Or you can click OK and then stick with what you just did. So a really nice kind of undo feature built into it. So there's our drums, all in kind of real time playing through all of these different virtual instruments, all on one patch or one group in Maschine. Beautiful way to work. Of course, you could sample anything, you know, and commit anything. Let's see how our CPU is doing. Looks like it's barely getting scratched, but I do have a very powerful MacBook Pro here. Add a bass and a lead and get the heck out of here. Okay, so here's some bass patches. Oh man, that is just so good. Okay, let's go to synths and keys, see what we can find in there. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Oh man, this is a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go to the brass and wind and try something kind of bizarre for a lead sound. let's go with that, and then we'll try randomizing one more time. And let's play this out. Well, I'm quite excited about learning more about this one because I'd love to know how to craft sounds and, hear an idea in my mind and then be able to translate that into the software. It looks incredibly deep, but so Reason Studios is an amazing instrument, and I'm really impressed with where you guys are going in terms of creating sounds that are accessible and usable, but are different. So nice work on this one. Here we go.